Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a very budget battle belt from KTactical. But before we get into that, if you'd like to help out the channel, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, as all that sort of stuff is free and does help me out quite a bit. Go ahead and comment literally anything down below. Now, on top of that, there's also Subscribestar, which is basically a pro to a Patreon. And there's also my website, which theoretically sells things that are in stock. So full disclosure on the KTactical belt is that they did reach out to me quite some time ago. Actually, I've been using this belt for a very long time now. John reached out to me and asked me if I would like to review any of their products, and I said sure, but with a stipulation. So they sent me out 2 complete belt kits. One was for me to test out, and then one was for you guys. So there will be a giveaway. Probably just comment something down below and I will select somebody to win that second belt. Now, KTactical, from what John has told me, used to be focused primarily and solely on the airsoft market, and then they kind of wanted to transition into the more real-world use case application. Now, there are some caveats that come with that, of course. When you are specifically focused on the airsoft community, your quality doesn't necessarily matter as much. You want to be high quality, but it's not necessarily life-saving gear. So recommending airsoft gear one way or the other doesn't really come with all that many consequences. Now, KTactical also has a bit of a weeb aesthetic, which is fine. Now, honestly, it's kind of hard to mess up a 2-piece battle belt, especially a laser cut Molle 2-piece battle belt with a steel buckle. It basically is exactly what you say it is. It is a lot of material, a lot of really nice double stitched material with a steel buckle. Now, these are made overseas and as cheaply as possible, but they're going to give you the same sort of quality as like the Condor LCS Cobra, which is a very nice belt that I like quite a bit. Those are around $80, and I believe the KTactical belt starts at about $40. This is going to compete with like the Tacticon belts and stuff like that you guys have told me about. So because of that, I wanted to check these out. And now, something that you guys probably don't know is that for the last 6 months or so, this has been the belt that I've been wearing in every single video, filming somewhere between 1 and 3 times a week, as well as I've also used this belt in competition. So, as far as durability and use goes, it's perfectly fine. If you guys see me rolling around on the ground, doing something on my back, shooting handguns or rifles on my back, it's putting all that weight of an oversized man on this belt itself. So, in terms of its durability and how long I've been using it, I am very, very happy with its performance. Now, getting into some of the specifics of the belt itself, it is, of course, using a steel Cobra buckle-esque buckle, which is quite nice. If you're going to be using a buckle, I don't recommend anything that is plastic. I have had plastic buckles break on me, and that is not a very good feeling when your belt is lying on the ground. Now, it might be kind of tough to see what's going on here because I have a bunch of stuff mounted to it, of course, but this is a laser cut Molle system, so it will accept any Molle accessories. It is a 2-piece belt, so you have a inner liner right here. Now, this is not really a grippy material. It is a mildly grippy material, of course, with the female Velcro on the back. And you can swap this out to any other inner liner on the market. If you like something specific that's out there, you can totally swap that out. Now, to adjust the length, generally speaking, on a 2-piece belt system, you can see the inner Molle there. To adjust the length on one of these guys, you simply take one of the ends, whichever end you want to adjust, pull off the Velcro, and then adjust your buckle up or down depending on if you want to change the length one way or the other. I like Molle as a mounting system because it is very strong. It's a very secure mounting system. However, it is what most of you probably don't like about it is, especially depending on what you're trying to mount to your belt, it can be very, very difficult and frustrating to get the things on and off. However, for me personally, I really don't adjust what's on my belt whatsoever. I have 2 pistol mags, 1 rifle mag, a dump pouch. This is actually their KTactical dump pouch, which is just fine. And then moving on to the other side, I have a T-Rex arms med pouch with a tourniquet held on underneath. The tourniquet is a little bit messed up because that's generally if I'm sitting or rolling on the ground. This is what bears most of that brunt. This is actually the only T-Rex arms product that I own. Not that they're good or bad. This pouch has been just fine for me, no problems. Now, Something else that I have on here is, of course, the holster for the gun. This was actually sent out to me by Alien Gear. This is their new Rapid Force, is that what they're calling it now? Their new holster system, level 3, with the MRDS holster and the TLR1. Very, very nice holster. We'll do a, if I can actually get it, we'll do a full review on it when we get a lot more time on it, but you will be seeing this for quite some time. So that is how I run every single belt that I have without fail. 2 pistol mags, rifle mag, dump pouch, med pouch of some sort, tourniquet, and of course handgun. Now you can always add more stuff to your belt for what I do, which is 99.9% of the time flat range or competition, like a 2-gun type thing. This is all I'm ever going to need. I don't need 5 rifle mags and 10 pistol mags on my belt, so I like to keep things very simple. So because of that, because I'm not testing or experimenting with a lot of gear that goes on the belt, Molle for me works great because, again, it is a very strong attachment system and it is very, very secure. A little bit more frustrating if you want to change stuff out more frequently, but again, that's not really something that I'm doing. Now, again, in terms of durability, there is some minor areas where you can start to see where some little threads coming loose here and there. This is definitely not going to be, and I'm not going to make any claims like this is a top tier duty belt that's going to last you 15 years of the hardest abuse possible, but for most people this will be more than enough. Now that being said, unless you're getting the newest cutting edge meme belts on the market, you're not really going to be spending that much on even a decent quality belt. You can get a lot of different options for under the $100 price tag, even made in America belts for the under $100 price tag. So is it worth saving 50 or 60 bucks on the belt? Well, again, it's going to depend on you. Now, I will say that these cheaper belts, the Condor LCS Cobra, the Tacticon, this one here, the KTactical, they've all held up extremely well, even under, say, what I kind of do, which is a more moderate use case. It's definitely not a high use case like some guys will be running them 5 days a week in more adverse environments. But what I do is certainly more than what the average Joe does. So for the average person, is this more than enough? Sure, absolutely. For what they're going to be doing with it, probably most likely in their mother's basement, yes, this will probably be more than enough. But if you're somebody who is a more serious application type of guy and you want something that's going to last you a much longer time, then you probably want to spend a little bit more money. Again, in my experience with the buckle, with everything else, this is basically just a steel Cobra buckle. It's just basically a knockoff, not quite one-to-one, but very, very similar. I have had no issues with the performance of the belt whatsoever. Now, belts for me are extremely simple. As long as the buckle is a metal buckle of appropriate design, as long as the material holds up well, which there is a lot of material. This is a fairly heavy belt. I don't know the exact weight on it, but I would guess it's somewhere around a pound, somewhere between 16 and 20 ounces for the belt with the inner liner as well. As long as it's of a decent enough construction with a metal buckle, has the modularity that you need for whatever you're going to be putting on it, it's going to be just fine. Now, that being said, is this belt for everyone? Well, absolutely not. If you have more money to spend on a nicer belt with nicer features, maybe it has a different mounting system that you really like, maybe it's a little lighter, maybe it's a little more comfortable, then absolutely go out and do that. But if you're just looking for, if you're on a super tight budget, I don't think you can go wrong with the KTactical or the Tacticon or the Condor LCS Cobra. I think those are going to be kind of your best budget options for a very inexpensive battle belt. But again, if you have more money to spend and you like nicer stuff, go ahead and buy something much more expensive that's going to suit your needs better. And again, for somebody looking for a starter belt or somebody just on a budget, doesn't really know what they want, doesn't want to spend a couple $100 in a couple different places to figure out what they actually like, or they just want a backup belt or a belt that they can throw to somebody else and not really care about, then again, this can be a very good option. So with all that out of the way, guys, let me know what you guys think of the belt and setup in the comments down below. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace off. I don't know why I fired this fast, but I did.